Hey guys, today I'm going to read The Folk of the Faraway Tree. Here are the contents. Chapter 1. Curious Connie Comes to Stay. One day, Mother came to the three children as they worked out in the garden and spoke to them. Joe, Beth, Franny, listen to me for a minute. I've just had a letter from an old friend of mine, and I'm wondering what to do. I'll read it to you. Mother read the letter. Dear old friend, please will you do something for me? I have not been well for some time, and the doctor says I must go away on a long holiday. But as you know, I have a little girl, Connie, and I cannot leave her by herself. So would you please let her stay with you until I come back? I will, of course, pay you well. Your three children are good and well behaved, and I feel that their friendship will be very good for my little Connie, who is, I am afraid, rather spoilt. Do let me know soon. Your old friend, Lizzie Haynes. The three children listened in silence. Then Beth spoke. Oh, Mother, we've seen Connie once, and she was very selfish and spoilt, and so curious too, sticking her nose into everything. Have you got to have her? No, of course not, said Mother. But I could do with some extra money, you know, and I do think Connie would soon settle down and stop being spoiled if she lived with us. It would be good for her, and I suppose we should help people if we can, said Joe. All right, Mother, we'll have Connie, shall we? And just teach her not to be spoilt. We'll be able to show her the enchanted wood and the faraway tree, said Franny. Yes, we used to have our cousin Rick, but now he's gone back home, said Beth. We'll have Connie instead. If you put a little bed into the corner of Franny's and my room, Mother, we can have her in there. Mother smiled and at them and went indoors to write to her old friend to say yes. She would have Connie. The children looked at one another. We'll soon take Connie off if she starts any of her high and mighty ways here, said Beth. And we'll stop her poking her nose into everything too, said Fanny. Well, what about taking her up the faraway tree and letting her peep in that angry pixie? You'll soon take her off. They could see that they would have a bit of fun with Connie. She was always so curious and inquisitive about everything and everyone. Well, she would get a few shocks in the enchanted wood. It will be fun showing somebody else the faraway tree and all the people there, said Joe. I wonder what curious Connie will think of the saucepan man and Silky and Moonface. And I wonder what they will think of her, said Beth. What a lovely name for her, Joe. Curious Connie. I always think of her like that now. Curious Connie was to come the next week. Beth helped Mother put a little bed into the corner of the girl's bedroom. Connie wasn't very big. She was the same age as Fanny, but she was a fussy eater and hadn't grown as big as Fanny. She was a pretty, dainty little thing who liked wearing nice clothes. Brush that untidy hair, Fanny, before you meet Connie, said Mother. Fanny's hair had grown rather long and needed a trim. The children went to meet the bus. There it is, cried Joe, coming round the corner, and there's curious Connie on it. Look, all dressed up as if she was going to a party. Connie jumped off the bus, carrying a bag. Joe politely took it from her and gave her a welcoming kiss. The girls welcomed her too. Connie looked them up and down. What is in the name? And a crazy fellow called the saucepan. Man, who is Deef? Said Connie. Oh, do you think all those were silly and stupid? Said Joe at last. I don't believe in any of it, said Connie. I don't believe in things like that. Fairies or elves or magic or anything. It's old-fashioned. Well, we must be very old-fashioned then, said Beth, because we not only believe in the enchanted wood and the faraway tree and the love our funny friends there, but we go to see them too, and we visit the lands and at the top of the trees as well. We did think of taking you too. It wouldn't be much use, said Connie. I wouldn't believe in them at all. What, not even if you saw them? Cried Fanny. I don't think so, said Connie. I mean, it all sounds quite impossible to me. Really, it does. Well, we'll see, said Joe. It looks as if we'll have some fun with you up the Faraway tree, Connie. I would like to see the angry pixie's face if you tell him you don't believe him. Let's take her tomorrow, said Beth, with a giggle. All right, said Joe, but we better not let her go into any land at the top of the tree. She'll never get down again. What land at the top of the tree? And land at the top of the tree, said Connie, puzzled. Moonface grinned. I hope you're a good dream and not a bad one. If you are a dream, he said, well, see you all tomorrow, 4 o'clock in my house at the top of the tree. Will you walk up or shall I send down cushions on a rope for you? We'll walk up, said Joe. We really want Connie to meet the people who live in the tree. She won't believe in any of them, but they'll believe in her all right, and it might be rather funny. It certainly will, said Moonface, and went off grinning again, leaving Silky's polite invitation note in Connie's small hand. I'm not sure I like him very much, said Connie, taking the last bun of the plate. What, not like Moonface? Cried Fanny, who really loved the strange little man. He's the dearest, kindest, funniest, nicest. All right, said Connie. Don't go on for hours like that. I'll go tomorrow, but I still say it's all make-you-believe and pretense, and not really real. You wait and see, said Joe. Come on, we've time for a game before bed. And tomorrow, Connie, you will go up the Faraway tree. So that is the first chapter. I didn't mention that I'm going to read the first chapter and then the next chapter and the next chapter and so on. So comments down below what you think about this book on the first chapter.